life can be hectic. A lot of times I find that I don't have enough time to go to the gym for an hour or 2 hours like I did when I was younger. So I want to share with you guys today one of my favorite pulling routines when I'm very limited on time. It takes anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. It's designed to get you in, get you out, get a good workout so you can go ahead and then conquer the rest of your day, be present for your family, your job, whatever else you got going on. It's also great for younger athletes that are participating in a lot of sports. Doing a workout like this in a short amount of time, it's going to enable them to get stronger for their sports, but also prevent them from getting hurt from spending too much time doing physical activity because your body has to recover. No matter how old you are, if you don't have enough time to recover, it's not going to end up working well. It didn't work out well for me at all. So today it's going to be one of my pulling days, and pulling basically also is your back, your lats, your upper, trapezius muscles, your lower trapezius muscles, your rear delts, your rhomboids, all those muscles that are in your upper back, lower back. That's what a pulling day is about. Now, before I begin, one thing that's very important whenever you're doing a pulling day and doing a back workout, if you want to work your lats and your upper back muscles most efficiently, you want to keep your chest up. If you keep your chest forward like this, you're going to be working your arms. I see this mistake all the time in the gym. I used to do it myself when I first started working out. The second big thing you want to avoid is swinging the weights. You want to be locked in and pull right here to be able to get full contraction and strength. Now, before I do any workout, I make sure I have the four basic cores of my philosophy that are covered. Number one, that's strength. Does the workout include something that's going to help me with strength? Number two is hypertrophy. Is there something that's going to help to make my muscles get bigger and larger? And that's going to protect the joints. The third thing is function. Is there something in my workout that is going to translate specifically over into a life activity? And then the fourth thing, which I think is the most important, is the conditioning. And that's your cardiovascular health. So whenever I'm doing a workout, I try to stay within zone 2 or zone 3, if you're familiar with that, for your heart. Doing that actually builds up more capillaries, and over time, it's also great for losing weight and improving your conditioning and improving your VO2 max. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do some high rope pulls. These are going to warm up the upper back muscles, your rear delts back here, your traps, all that stuff. And then I'm going to superset it with something to work and open up your lats and keep them a constant tension on them. Nothing too strenuous at first. We're just trying to get the muscles and the blood flowing so that we protect our joints so we don't get hurt. Now, I have a pulley system right here, and it has some weights that are attached to it. I'm going to include the link in the description of where I got this. Got them on Amazon. Really inexpensive, but it really, really adds a lot to your home gym. And it's great if you don't have a lot of time and you have space and you can put it somewhere. All right, here we go. First thing is face pulls, high pulls, whatever you want to call it. Now, another thing I do right here is I put the rope in between my forefinger and my middle finger. I feel more isolation in the upper back muscles when I do that. So we're going to do aiming for 20, 30 reps, and then we're going to go right in to the next exercise. Here we go. Notice how I keep my chest up as I'm coming. I go forward, allow full stretch. When I pull back, I raise my chest. You really feel this in your rear delts. Now, something that I also do is I concentrate on my breathing. So when I'm pulling anything towards my chest, you inhale. That also helps to keep your rib cage up and make sure you're working your lats. The next exercise is standing cable pullovers. Now I add a little bit of a variation. Most standard ones, you're gonna see you get about shoulder width and you get right here, slight bend in the arms. But what I do is when I go forward, I dip down. That gives me more of a stretch in my lats and keeps more tension on the lats. So let me show you how I do this. Here, and then as I bring down, I stand up. Larger range of motion. Keep your chest up. $20. So I'll usually do 3 to 4 supersets of this. As you can see, my breathing's increased, but I'm still able to talk to you. That's how you know you're in zone 2, is your breathing's increased, but I can still hold a conversation with you. So the next pairing of exercises that I do are going to be specifically for your lats. Now, I don't have a pull-up bar in here, so what I do is I use rings. And you can buy these rings also on Amazon. Inexpensive, I'll include the link. Now, again, when you're doing a pull-up, you want to make sure that you're keeping your chest up. I see this all the time in the gym. People do this right here. You want to grab and pull like that. See the difference here versus here. When you do here, you're working this part of the lat that's underneath your shoulders. And that really helps to improve your posture. When you're going here, you're working more of lower lat, which is fine, but usually, you work your lower and mid lats more with bent over rows and things like that. Now, pull-ups are hard for a lot of people. They're hard for me. So I do a nice little superset. I do as many reps as I can on the rings, and then I go over and I immediately do lat pull downs, wide grip. And I don't use a lot of weight because I'm already taxed right here. So I'm using less weight than I normally would if I'm just doing that by itself. So let me show you how that looks. All right. I go all the way down. 7, not bad. It's tougher with the rings than regular pull-up bar. Now, I'm gonna come over here. Let me get my bench. Right here. And immediately go into lat pull downs. Notice how my elbows are wide and I'm coming down my chest up. All right, so doing the pull-ups, that's my major strength exercise for this part of your lat. And then when I go to do lat pull downs, that's going to be my hypertrophy and my time under tension. Now, we've done this part of the lat. Now we need to work the lower and mid part, the part that attaches right here on your spinal cord and the part that attaches to your rib cage. So I'm gonna come right over here, and now this is one of my favorite exercises. These are T-bar rows. And again, I'm doing them with a landmine attachment. The landmine attachment goes right into the weights right here. Again, I got that on Amazon. And then the T-bar handle goes between the end of the barbell, the collar of the barbell, and the weight. Again, I got that on Amazon too. I like to use the narrower grip for these because when I was doing our pull-ups and our pull-downs, we're using wide grip. Again, that's working some of the upper back muscles and the lat muscles underneath that are attached to your upper arm and down here, the wings. This is going to give us more of that depth, that strength. So I'm picking something up. Everyday life, you pick something up. This is what this helps with. So here we go. Notice how my chest is up. I'm not going like this. My chest is up, lower back is locked. Pull. I do anywhere 12, 15 reps. As I've gotten older, I found that 12 reps just work better for the conditioning, time under tension, hypertrophy, and then the strength as well too. Then I'm going to superset this exercise with the function exercise for the day. I think carries are the most important exercises you can do. There's a whole bunch of different ones. On my pulling days though, I like to do what they call suitcase carries. Suitcase carries, you hold a weight in one arm, and I'll usually either stand or you walk around a little bit, then you switch hands. That's it. It's like you're carrying a suitcase. Think about it. You're picking up groceries. You're carrying them in the house. You have to have one hand open to do the door. This is going to help you with that. So instead of walking all like this, the idea is to walk straight. It works anti-rotation for the abs. So it's going to help make your core stronger. It's also going to help strengthen your upper back and your neck. So I'm not going to go super heavy. I go like, today I'm going to just do 40 pounds. When you start to go too heavy, you can tell if it's too heavy. You're going to start going like this. And you don't want that. You want to stand up straight, like you have nothing in your hands. So I'm just going to walk. See how my shoulders are even, chest is up. And I come back here. And usually I'll walk longer than that. Then rest for a second. Next hand, make sure I'm standing up straight. Back is engaged, abs are engaged. Walk in a straight line, like you would normally walking. Everything is straight. It helps with coordination, athletic ability, all of that. Just take normal steps. All right, so those are the 6 exercises I do. I hardly rest in between them. Keeps my conditioning up, and it also is going to make the workout go a lot faster. So if you don't have a lot of time, or you just want a good conditioning workout, this will absolutely fry you. It's awesome. You'll feel great. You'll be able to recover the next day. You're not going to be so out of it that you can't live normal life the next day. You know, strong for life, that's the standard.